It's a brand new Monday and it's a brand new day. Ebusunya, remember we be akwaba at the Tofia Kwa TV, Tofia Kwa TV on YouTube and also Time TV on YouTube and also on Facebook. A dear man for na the feminine big brother GH the Maestro. Na last week you didn't come kakra eba na say na in common more de swati I say. Na me can say mitro, me catch say a free and a Monday econo, the show wouldn't be political house show, just say we know, but it will be the point hot show, and on that yeah they able to me abroad. So it is a new rebranding of our show and a new rebranding of our political show on YouTube, Tofia Kwa TV, and also Time TV on YouTube and also on Facebook. And you be didn't come kakra ewo home, but for now no, say about 11:30 biana, make sure say we be me tuning in on YouTube Tofia Kwa TV and also Facebook Tofia Kwa TV, and then we can have a deliberate discussion about some of the things that is going on in our political era in our country. A dear man for the feminine, a big brother GH, the Maestro. Mene, the special one, that is the personal honor air boat mechidom. The way to me produce me. Ama bibi eti mi akoyi no ona mene no edi dwumadi no na abrante no chese obo adwuma pa free last week ni free say show na asen fidie videos a hu ewo ukasa phone no so no it has been one particular person na odi dwumadi no ho kama edi mame na the din edi abrante pa ya success ona ye the special producer odi dwumadi no kama edi mame but for now a free start time yi enkopem 12:30 enkobo 1 mo kakra na de. It is about the point her show and big brother G80 Maestro me ba betina say na betidi inkomo kama edi amama catch say sa show we no amanyosem what I say amanyosem any be kan wa hanom but sometimes when the trending issues also get involved yeah the enhoso so nsem betimi di aden abedomo na bibia etimi akoye sometimes too if only we have to make sure say me was here call in slight entertainment kakran so a ebetimi adomu so call na bibia etimi edi abro in sem no me bono na poso edi ma me wia no masan so adomu so call yes no masan so adomu so call edi amount muso call na me don me mount an in-depth analysis about in sem na betimi de aba abesomo no na bibia etimi akoyi edi amount enti se afei and what you in afei na o ehwemia me pacho bomodiana subscribe to the channel no famame follow your page no on Facebook na san so subscribe YouTube na make sure say bibia ebetimi akoye e de amaye se na be yet na say di dwumadi na you be the first person to be notified either on Facebook and also on YouTube se na be ya betimi a share ama for so etima den ahwe share my amount for and share my amount for and so and comment share my amount for and like na enquiry na afoforo no so enti dwumadi na yedi e wa hanom enka enti for now no the point yes the point asem no pumasi bre no ye ba ebeka ho asem ya pe baabi a e wo se yedi si na bibia akoye kaba but then no ensem amede ba no edoso and with time no because say yemre no esua edema yinti no e wo say yeboboso intem na yetimi edidi inkomo but over last week there has been one particular things we are air trendy on our Facebook and I say on Facebook and other things that air koso and it has been with the Ghana Tourism Authority that is omo idea omo pese omo change the airport the welcoming address of the airport that's arrival Terminal 3 Accra International Airport, that's Kotoka International Airport. On so much change from Akwaba to Ubake. Now, this kind of debate, I take it over social media. A lot of the youth are air koso, and as a lot of youth on social media, especially on X, are trending. No more can one say changing Akwaba to Ubake, and it be say it is unnecessary, and as it doesn't make sense. It be say fine, Accra International Airport no on the land of Ghana, and then it will be very prudent for them to change it from Akwaba Akan language to Obake. But the question that I'm raising right now is say Akwaba has been in existence for quite long. Would it prove to be prudent? See a bit changing from Akwaba to Obake and making sure so what they'll comment and will be a bit me about live on Facebook. Now I share Eddie Amaya. Now they'll comment what gentre Eddie Aba me ready wa kama na me the amount. Na ewo in semini muno Jambo watchna we will be having a particular by-election ewo Akwetia. Yes, then Chembo districts in the eastern region. We'll be having our by-election. Ghana Benya another by-election. They say in Chebia and the MP for that said district and also for that said constituency. That is Ernest Kumi. Itimi Inyan baby Ekoye. Na Onyan baby Koye no, according to the constitution that we have in our country, say an incumbent MP Inya baby Kwana se Uwa. It is mandatory for the constitution and also for the parliamentarians to conduct another by-election a bit in that said constituency that MP no etimi efrim ekono. So easy etimi ekono nim edi ho komo na the structured data on the bar mountain was 2nd September 2025 and Yami Bochna is going to be a showdown between the NDC and the NPP. Who wins? There is a history between the Akwetia constituency and the history of Akwetia constituency. They say MPP currently, as we speak, 5 against 4 of the NDC. What is a footballer? Come on, MPP for not share. I mean NDC Akwetia constituency by 5 goals to 4. What I say? So currently, as we speak, MPP occupy 5 seats, while NDC Timinya close to about 4 seats. Akwetia. Kwame so be fast we be call. Ochinano, emunsem no betimi dia bro, but ochinano be another kind of in-depth report be free Akwetia e dia babesomo e wo YouTube page and also on Facebook. Enti ya no time chuku na betimi dia ahweme e wo hodom. Na Akwetia on sensem na no. Ohine Kennedy Japan etimi akopie wo hodom because of say wo share currently as we speak the presidential aspirant amo person mo hopi for the flag bearership or honoma. It would be good say Kennedy Ohine Japan will actually come in position and then even be in that particular contest against Baumia, Cabinet Japan and other people. Wakupiem wo Akwetia ho. Na Akwetia ho na wakupiem no odin sembi etimi atudwa ewo Akwetia ho. Mbe yi ho videos na mbe de ho niema pictures etimi e dia show ewo ye kasa fidie no so. Na ohwe the ekoso Akwetia na sebi ayehu kakra because of say at the 1 week celebration of NS Yakumino, we had the NPP and also the NDC members at omutimi eko asye. The NPP for beka say ye we na NPP for ye so what I say. But NDC for arrival was here no, there was a certain piece of misunderstanding and chaos between the NPP supporters and also the NDC supporters at omukupi was here. And a lot of people are saying say and we are all preaching for a peaceful election that would be conducted at Akwetia Nyamebo Wachina. But the course it wasn't peaceful. 1 week observation, the clash between the supporters of the NPP and the NDC, it wasn't too good for the rate of democracy that we are preaching for in our country. And a lot of people abonting ye the whole videos ebetimi e de atro na bebetimi akoye but the still nkete akopie 1 week ase na okopie no aye sign bi se oku osono yes oso mu ku elephant no e wo honom na a lot of things na ekoso e wo honom enti ye be de ho nkomo na bibia etimi akoso e wo ho bet enanopa yante asempa yes enanopa yante asempa kra na asempa na yante no I think so it was around 8 o'clock. I was doing production, and I mean, who say this tragic news? Etimi happen. Kumase. There's a popular TikToker. Called Osanju Frimpong. Na or you popular, or you very very popular on TikTok. Or more money, or you very very popular on TikTok. Or you Barcelona fan, and also or you be or play football. Na enche bia ena ne mame. Our friend Amunu Ifrimu Edekoye, a lot of TikTokers, a lot of celebrities, even including Anama McBrown, a true lot of spotlight or Sanju Carrier. So, Obutimi Eko ye kama Edema or Sanju. Barely about 5-4 months, Sanju has been well. Enra Crampono, or after the Barcelona game on board draw, he made a video and posted it or TikTok. And now please say Barcelona fans no find a bond in channel. Some moments ago after so posted, according to report I may pick ewo Osanju baby I mean owu ya na say baby ofri no na say baby ote no the community and the people am picking reports no efri obo ho no kire say after the video Kofi no on the hodo door na kakra after short illness no na Osanju etimi adani benkum so a entimi anko no enti no yebedi di nkomo ewo ho na bibia etimi akoyi so at yebedi di nkomo ho but the Ministry of Health, yes, Ministry of Health ede nyeme bia babontin enra amanfo say aban papa aba all because of say the nursing trainees no all mbeko in this particular year no government best slash or admission fee by 50%. There was a particular policy in the manifesto of John Dramani Mahama when he was campaigning in the 2024 election. We will go into it and we'll make sure so you will understand the reason why Ira John Dramani Mahama this our policy no what may enact the policy in his manifesto now or deliver the promises are or can one sem in the manifesto ni no if did the home komo ewo okasa fidiedo so ahanom Time TV and also Tofiakwa TV on YouTube and also on Facebook between the people that GH the Maestro he didn't komo kama na bebia entimin koye enti abrantepa in komo na the first story ebedi won komo no Osanju. Yes, a lot of things na cause social media because of say from last month ebepim this particular month no this is the 1st September but since last month ebepim this particular month no we've seen a lot of tragic news that also within our country. Not a day or two and a yente such news in our social media and also in our country. Sometimes in the yana a accident story and a yaya tete, especially with the Accra Kumasi highway. We had about a day, almost 3 tragic news and it happened here within our country. That was August 8th with the helicopter crash course no I will Brofidu or Boise Forest Honomono. That same day we had another fire outbreak at CU northern region, one particular popular internet cafe in northern region allegedly some few people also died. That same day in Cocoa Stretch we had another accident munipa 4 emu 4 and so no me prepare the hospital but before the main tragic news is here August 8 no in class 16 ewo Accra Kumasi Road. And since then, we've had a lot of accident stories. We've had a lot of tragic news at Ekoso within our country. And this has been one of the things that to me, sometimes it's very difficult for me to talk about. But Enyaba, it was here soon. And Nanopa, Yenke bin Shemu, just like what I was saying. I was doing production and then I saw a particular video. It was posted by this guy on social media, Simba Maredista. Say, oh, posted, say, Osanju is gone. Opposed to immediately I needed to do a quick run of research about say Osanju is gone because just yesterday on TikTok I saw his video now all come say and as all casa say Barcelona fans and for channel because of say or no say or one particular guy or company for bet it will hanum and our Telegram account and as a Telegram group a month will be joining or the odds at 2 on my month for debate. So he was saying say Barca a ball draw and Barcelona draw number boy in Intino. Fan channel because in the bet no post and it was only Barcelona game a team change the outcome of the slip. It is Nankananka near Barcelona game number boy and at least the people who joined his Telegram group would have won something yesterday. So he made the video and posted it on social media. Right after so posting or TikTok on Facebook in KB shame. After that, the news reporting from the camp of, Osanju said, Abantena Yamadia. Abanteno, why Yamadia. Now, not long ago, when I said since last year, Ghana granted a lot of interviews. I can say, Onono Oyare, Sebi, he is suffering from leukemia. Leukemia no a blood in cancer and I say yes blood in and I say cancer in the blood. Na Oksha so company that kind of issue no. Now nipa be bring himself brand boy. So he even made a statement at the time another man met here to say ono baby onam sisi ano obetimi what anytime. But then he is hoping say obetimi esie ne maame because yare na ewo no hono ya kan say ewo ne so no he can die at any time we no kra betimi wage ne maame. I've seen and I said I've watched a lot of videos of Osanju way back and now all kasa in seminal. But Osanju came into the spotlight at the time and Anama McBrown inviting the man on TV and he started making waves on social media. He started doing it, but the Nanama McBrown influencing the brand very, very, very well because of say he adored Nanama McBrown. He wanted to be part of Nanama McBrown brand, and then he wanted to even look like on social media Nikunu and Nanama McBrown because of the kind of relationship and existing and as a started off between McBrown and Osanju Nintino was enabled on TV, and his dream. His ambition to meet Nanama McBrown was accomplished. Right after that, he became known on social media, and he became vibrant on social media. But after all of these spotlights, no, his mother fell off. Omami Frimu ya. I think that was 4-5 months ago. And then mami Frimu. And a lot of people I quite remember say, ne mami 1 week now say ne mami yin one kwase, and a lot of people and I say one posty when show say ebia ne mami wu and I say bibisa. And a lot of people were bashing him saying ne mami wu, but then he feels say it was say originally was social media. Those stories ne bama Osanju ye popular. But Osanju was suffering from leukemia, cancer in the blood, and people did not know how na ofili. I've seen a lot of videos about him or say it was loneliness and the money bar social media by popular because you're in a tone no, he felt alone. People who were close around Osanju walked away because of the cancer in the bladder when you're a. So I felt bad for Osanju after saying we share a video no, but in case shemu and video I will post to you no. Some 13 hours ago, apparently no, I don't even come so very, very, very bad. Say video na ready ah. Apparently pa me video in Brazil here. Me video in Brazil here.
Lona for supporters nyina mo fan cheme. Titiru wa mo join me Telegram no mo fan cheme pa na. Ene de ma me die susuro. Bia baso na fo aye ahyem papa. Na se ene kra se enye ho angase a keeper na yakoto no na. E ke shebe 5. Ene keeper na yakoto na ke shebe 5. And go for the take can crown almost nyavim. Chances upon chances. Ye team creative she. They say Lamia man yes, ya yere the team in your team. Ya yere the team in your team. Ah bra. Team Mwame Pama Chow Titiru Pano. Mwamo join me Telegram no. Long bet. It says Barcelona and a rain in my egg. I say Mum Fancheme. If you ask no ya kokun e me bi no mo hwiase. Ansa na bekọ ko adi nkunim no e je se wo hwere adofo bi num wo konim ansa na nkunim dia ye dey abanti mi de mesremo mo mfa ncheme etena games bebre ekoso in fact Australia League no and US League ni nyina no games ekoso eno so ye de ho us e beto no mesro mo cash out buy a mo anyi no mo de adi mo enti no wo betimi ayi cash out enti de mesro nie ko me buy honom me de me link na to honom boso na bo 3 dot na be baso no na bo opening browser no and also join in the baby and the amount for free. Ubi anyo she. Slona for supporters in our fan cheme. Titiru one more join me Telegram and fan cheme pa na. And then the mamma dear susro. The abasona for I have a shim papa. Na se enekra se enya ho angase a keeper na yakoto na. E ke shebe 5. Ene keeper na yakoto na ke shebe 5. And go for the take can crown almost nyavim. Chances upon chances. Ye team creative she. They say Lamia man yes, ya yere the team in your team. Ya yere the team in your team. Ah bra. Team Mwame Pama Chow Titiru Pano. Mwamo join me Telegram no. Long bet. It says Barcelona and a rain in my egg. I say Mum Fancheme. If you ask no ya kokun e me bi no mo hwiase. Ansa na bekọ ko adi nkunim no. E je se wo hwere adofo bi num wo konim. Ansa na nkunim dia ye dey abanti mi de mesremo mo mfa ncheme etena games bebre ekoso in fact Australia League no and US League ni nyina no games ekoso eno so ye de ho us e beto no mesro mo cash out buy a mo anyi no mo de adi mo enti no wo betimi
it tells you anywhere go hear me. Anywhere wo tie me say abrabo na ye bɔ no. Se wo sɔre anopa na Nyankopɔn de nkwa edom wa ya na wada na se ya na waka ache Awurade se Awurade be da wase. Because abrabo na ye bɔ no, even within the next moment, me am beti he minim de beto me in the next minute. Within the next hour, obi enim de besi in the next hour. So sometimes when you are living a particular life, the only thing I was say ubo abrabon and as abrabon na ubo no, we are very cautious about it. And they say phewana mo ntuomu ye na tembia no bompa ye tre Awurade say oma wo kwatenten e mane ma esan anase ohaw bi ento e wo wakwan mu, because they are to abrante no e betima to be at any time. Ebi e betima to be at any time. It's abrabon na ye bono as a wiase na yete no. The moment now what GD say you was supreme being, you was Nyankopon e wo wiase, you were Awurade Nyankopon wo wiase o boss ro ne asase no. Safa she otrim say ono na say control ya abrabon na ye bono. Eno home ya ye home no. So at any moment in time, at any moment, bibia betimi say at any moment. And abrante ni wo no. Sebi edima, because just few months ago and ane mami efrimu 5 months ago 5 months ago nane mami free 5 months ago you more rest in peace. So it was you, the same people, and I'm about bonting ebe lambaste boy no criticizing no e kan some the chance and mami you bet or feel happy as a enfano. Yeah, on TikTok, on Facebook, everyone on social media, on X, people were lambasting the boy. They were criticizing the boy. Say, "Nimam you better if you say as a enfano." We are sanity. What I say, and then watching no obi besre watching no ebe yinisu sana to Sanju. So Nyankopon emfa ne kra ensie jie pamocho ma momfa nkohye obi a Nyankopon ato nsa de afre no. Nyankopon fa ne nsa sorry Nyankopon fa ne ensie on fa ne kra ensie yi na bibia entimi enkoye emfa ma abusua no me nipa ma dwene ho aye Osanju papa, because within some few months ni ne ma ne yirewu ne ba sabi odidi ma ne bidi a ohwe no ono so etimi afrim de ba de na papa no be fele bede na papa no wetimi survive saying na papa no be fele e society a wote environment ni abrabo no be saying ene de ama papa no within the split of some minutes, and also within the split of some few months in this particular year, the year in the ba etimi efrim. It is very, very, very bad and very, very sad story. Me report it Eddie Free or Sanju camp. To me, no, me want to say we are no sana etie. The moment abaje sanya money, then you believe say Nyankopon ebetima ene menyina e dia mai. Nya Awurade Nyankopon na so say bibie mu osumu ohawmu enigye mu yemfa enase emma Awurade. Enti yede nase ene be ma Awurade Nyankopon. Yento so efemfiri oni yendidi enkomo efemfiri Osanju camp. Na abrante mame the two contestants be contest wakotia by election needing nkomo kakra. Yes, mame the two contestants needing nkomo kakra ewa hanom, because akotia by election is going to cause a lot of things ewo omainemu nyamboa ochina. Now, not long ago, any experience the Ablekuma North by election. Irabna Elban etimi irini edema the NDC, because at that time omoko election no na assembly were court. I sat here to analyze everything about Ablekuma North, and I sat here to say at the time I no into the by election no Amoto 2024 election the NPP candidate, that's the MP at that time, was leading. She was leading. And the NDC for neutral report at the court say omonje the outcome of the results ewa Ablekuma North in infantum into course enhwehwem omo the court no upon basing investigation upon yema court no court no bogu say omo nsan koto 9 polling stations are omanto enwie no omo nkoto emfa nka ho and omo ko omo to aba no Rabna anytime Irini Ablekuma North. Near me course wa Ablekuma North no, I sat here to condemn those kind of acts. So it was needless, it was uncalled for. See here to aba in our country. Na about one year to no aqua dance say be war zone within our country. I sat here to condemn that kind of act in our country. And I come here and say I have seen some glimpses of what happened at Ablekuma North. Ebetimi esi ewo Akwetia. Yes. Because maybe both video be actual and you will realize the kind of tension, the kind of pressure at that Akwetia constituency so currently as we speak. Then Chambord district, you know, maybe show video be actual. No matter say tension there wa Akwetia no. Say the Ghana police, the government of our country, some of them enwa akwem na security anya tight ewa Akwetia. DAC or Ablekuma North no, it is going to repeat itself ewa Akwetia. Yeah, DAC or Ablekuma North just recently no, the same thing we are sure you best also repeat it. And we don't want that to happen in our country. When it comes to election, the election should be the choice. Election should be a smooth and peaceful event. The panebeko ako choose the choice of candidate or person who lead you know. Because the person or kotuabano and what the power was what to obedi or can ni obedi him within the said within the said district as a constituency. It shouldn't be war. It shouldn't be forced. We shouldn't create fear and panic within the citizen now. And no benam so ontimin pia bontin enkotoaba. That happened. Ewa Ablekuma North. Ablekuma North election Abrantepa. We had a lot of news. We had a lot of report on the ground. And because of say a said political party heading Crophobic constituency one intino, it created fear and panic within the people of North Ablekuma North. So some of them did not go into the polling station to vote. Between Hawa Kumsen and other people in them within the NDC supporters in them at the time I know Obi fly hit Mameno on the ground. Mameno mean blaming because Kaswa, we saw what she did at Kaswa. So I wouldn't blame the NDC people. We saw what happened. Anabisiu comment say or no the Amodia Mameno and Yana because of the Akoswa Kaswa and Yama Akoswa Honum. But what I'm trying to say is say if you're or mine. That's all mine here to no ye to me facilitate democracy as our system of governance. This thing shouldn't be allowed. Chaos. And then talk about during war no. Amaya sebi omonti democracy kebi mamin kebi amamonasi ye. But so your mind. Nasa what it show mind. Nasa what the kebi mamin kebi amamu. I'm talking about the democracy and it show maya that it is needless for two political parties to fight on election day. It is quite needless. It is unnecessary. Because on my name, no, Sebi, yes, a democracy. You allow smooth transition. You allow smooth transparency. You allow fairness. You allow peaceful coexistence. You allow peaceful environment and a peaceful atmosphere. Just to help and facilitate the conduct of the election. But yeah, my muna anytime be a better to baby and being it by election, being a general election within our country. Or better say district way and I say constituency way as a messy waha. Better say we are ballot box, ballot papers, ballot box ewaha. Better say police for to two waha. Better say near maybe say near koso. And these things gradually get hands of the people. Because in Yankenas Yankan wasem, Nasa Kotia by election no koso. That's a DSC or Ablekuma North, a BM Sansu Kosia. And then all minor yet a channel. Ye. And make us answer because the two political parties, the NPP and the NDC, you know. We've seen a lot of leaders omu share omu crop omu supporters kutupa. Catch almost say, yen chimo bia, chimo bia, Mombra Bontain, or Mudisi, Amufincha, Munye say, I have a particular video I made by body amount. I have a video I made by body amount. But hey, so NPP supporter, So we a local indigenous person. Ewa Akwetia. I'm telling you something today. Say, o life no eba kope. The life that God has given to you no eba kope. If say through this by-election, ulusu won kwa. Why you? Yes. Because nipa na okwa fight the amount no. Nipa na okwa fight the amount no. Sebi si ye boat trimu two and ye boat trimu second. That's all the hospital la. Nipa no obeba oh kafra be sika kakra de ato. After that, him unhu ni biem. Oh sebi kwase ewu. Yes. So be the ababo. Emma osisi bi chia na so bi dia babo emma onse bi ko a ukoda hospital a chairman enkwase ade na wakwa akoye no life now one just one sankrofo no beba be show kutupa ba bisa ho say sankrofo no ebusuafo sankrofo de ma no ade no mo for mo mba the battlegrounds and be realize how senior election your conduct is it here afuna adentina nipa na ono ehye kutupa say ko ballot papers no ho ko ha ko yese no ono fa ne maame ono fa ne papa bi ono fa ne baby embran to the political grounds ombe campaigni ohun senior muso bre e wo manim. But we're in a country because of money, because of say here I say you move money into no the little amount of money e dey be ma no the little amount of money they be share obotum no na a ginger you will do the needless things in our country a ginger now we maybe I say enye and we are in the same country at any moment in time these politicians will come, they will deceive you, they will give you money, go and vote, and even after voting the said promises no more the amount of crap, they will never deliver it for you. Akwetia by-election is going to be an interesting one. We've seen a lot of videos, we've seen a lot of things. The both political parties, the NDC and the NPP, kasa ewo Akwetia by-election. So, share in the ticket of the NPP, brand for picture way to Sumami. Solomon Asumedu will step in as an MP aspirant for that particular position, ewo Akwetia constituency. And lawyer Bernard Bediakun to be stepping in the shoes of Henry Yadom. Omo NDC for Ediano is quite funny kakra. Because lawyer Bernard Bediakun was the lawyer for Henry Yadom. Ewo court at the time na oni Eneskumi Assembly Ewo court. Hoping say lawyer Bernard Bediakun will help him reclaim victory Ewo Akwetia constituency. But eba say Eneskumi efri mukoye no. The NDC conducted a primaries within their political party Akwetia. Now realizing say Henry Yadom na last year 2024 election or no contest in the ticket of NDC no. On any lawyer or no fighting man or ever court no in the contest here. And some lawyer need the lawyer Bernard Bediakun. And interestingly, lawyer Bernard Bediakun mum take ahead. And also we need the primaries I conducting Akwetia in the ticket of the NDC. Only winning here ahead of Henry Yadoma or no participate here in the 2024 election against Eneskumi or Akwetia by-election. Now, so we check in the history of Akwetia Honomana. Constituency na akwa swing seat kakra. This year, MPP be winning the following 4 years. NDC beba the following year. MPP be winning, so it has become one particular seat it cannot be trusted. It has become a particular seat it cannot be what? Trusted. Now, Abrandepa Mame, sa results we ending komo kakra. Now, this was the 2024 election. Ewa Akwetia. Yes. 2024 election outcome. Ewa Akwetia. And according to the parliamentary results, sa wo check results na dia to so dia ma no Eneskumi e dia na ye blue no e na Henry Yadom. That was Nipanana Mekana say lawyer Bernard. It me overtake no. Yes. Henry Yadom. And so DNA green no, green in color. Now in the 2024 election, Eneskumi enya 269 votes, representing 52.83%. The same way, Henry Yadom Ensunya 17,206 votes, representing 47.17%. It tells you say clearly, NS Kumi winning about one. Clearly, NS Kumi winning about one. But I will check it in 2020. The NDC won the seat in 2020. And 2020 about one. The NPP enya 18,742 votes, as compared to NDC Henry Yadom onunya 19,899 votes. It will only 51.50%. So we accumulate in that particular ratio or getting close to 52%. And NPP also got 48.50%. Also accumulate here close to about 49%. It's so check the percentage of NPP Krampunya in 2020. It is even ahead of last year's election as compared to the NDC 47%. Now, so check the number of voters. NPP again from 2020. NPP again close to about 4.33%. It's again the original vote of 18,742 votes in 2020. So in 2024. Omunya about 1,000 and over votes. That's 19,269. It tells you say it wasn't an emphatic win by the NPP, but then it was a slim win. Yes, it wasn't an emphatic win, but it was a slim win. Now the NEC also lose 4.33%. It will lose 4.33%. No NPP again because on the vote no esote last 2020 onya 19,000, but then in last year onya 17,000. So 2,000 votes now drop it from the figures of the NDC. It tells you say about one a course last year no NPP for intimate winning about one with a large number of votes. I said with a huge number of votes, but then they won that particular election with some slight numbers. It may echo ahead of the NDC numbers. Now, what it tells you, they say this by-election is going to be a competitive by-election. It's going to be a heat, like heat near Akwitia currently as you speak. The person can be feeling because there is a particular seat, but they can't do one commercial say it is a swing seat. Object me we need be at any moment in time. Obia etimi wini be at any moment in time. And someone check it currently as we speak. The advantage of the NPP, the new patriotic party, ewa Christian say now NS Kumi is gone. And I've heard a lot of NPP people or more campaigning eka in some say NS Kumi won't know who you know. Adrian Henry Yadom NDC amanyo kono di omo call court. And who Adrian and NS Kumi eduwuye. And as a matter of fact, just last week, and we're trying the final exams, no law course, while we're trying the final exams. Just last week, the results about say my pass it. Results number were pass it, but NS Kumi it at the court. And the NPP people are saying say it was the pressure that was NDC for no man you couldn't somebody assemble the court. It's a branch no that no na. Now honorable down that and honorable NS Kumi down that about a month and over. Now onya sleepless night. Because yeba be bu asem no say na asem ni betimi akọ obe maintaining the seat and also be lose the seat to Henry Yadom and I say better also conduct another by election being ewo Akwetia constituency and that was the mindset. I said that was a hour now NS Kumi FM at that particular moment according to several reports allegedly onya heart attack or nutimi wuye edani bi nkomso. That's what the NPP people are saying. But so we share the kind of communication I almost sending across to the people of Akwetia. Then definitely, in terms of say Obi Ebenya sympathizing vote, Akwetia NPP can have a sympathizing vote from the people. they can say, oh, nipa no kura say we were free. We voted for him. We voted massively for him because our checking numbers now 19,269 voter. Meaning, say the people of Akwatia voted very well for Ernest Kumi at that time. So the NPP can have a sympathy vote from the people of Akwatia. Now, maybe August 8th, as a Messi, you know. Abrandepa na man bako kan Mutala Ibrahim Mutala. Now oye MP ewo Tamale. I think Tamale Central or something like that. Yeah. MP before who say mine e free mo no. E no mo tro no publicly e the babontin say because of the accident no. Omuntimi enko conteste Ibrahim Mutala, and I said, even vacancy in the Tamale Central currently as you speak now. Omuntimi enfor munipa enko contested with that by election. It's almost opt out automatically. So nipa no or no go into election opt out. So untimi en contest here. And it's nipa no be winning massively, right? Yes. It's NPP bow out from Ibrahim Mutala seat now. The NPP did that knowing very well. Said NDC funds will bet me bow out from the Akwatia election. But they did that because of say they wanted to sympathize with the family of Ibrahim Mutala. They wanted to sympathize with the NDC among Yukuno. But the NDC also took a U-turn and said, if say you've boycotted that particular election, that doesn't mean say almost bet me boycotted say election no because of the AC no. If say MPP for now boycott Ibrahim Mutala seat na omodie Akwatia by election no na asem no e wo court dada and they felt say the outcome of that particular election in 2024 no some way somehow it was rigged. It was rigged in favor of Ernest Kumi. So they wanted to facilitate the process say whether you've opted out in a Tamale election. Yet, when it comes to Akwatia by election, we are coming in full and we are coming to support, we are coming to compete. And my lawyer, Bernard, it's me, ebe contested, you know. So, NDC for no air contested, but in terms of advantage, you know, majority of the advantage goes to NPP. Yes. Goes to NPP. Because when it comes to some of the sympathizing voters, NPP for, I mean, even with the people of Motoma, Henry Yadom, no, that same people bet my channel on vote. As when get ato, Ediama Akwatia, and as met me ato, Ediama Solomon Asumedi in the by election, a bit me akosono. But let me run you through some of the things are Esi Ewa Akwatia. When it comes to Omo history kakra, yes, you will understand everything about Akwatia currently as we speak. But since 1992, Makacho said Akwatia a constituency no, a swing constituency. Obiati me febi maniye. Yes, a swing. Obiati me febi maniye. But let me run you through. Now, currently as we speak, Makacho said the NPP a narrow edge over the NDC when it comes to the parliamentary election. 5 for the NPP and 4 for the NDC. But check it since 1992. In 1992, we all know what happened when it comes to the presidential election and the parliamentary election in Ghana. At the time, now Professor Edubuain, Emma NPP for boycotting most of the parliamentary, elections also within the 1992 election. And at that particular moment in time, the NDC, the original NDC in 1992, was called Gilbert Kwesi Ejei, and he won the Akwatia seat unopposed. Because within that said election, the NPP for no entimi ankwenu because of what Edubuain, Professor Edubuain, a year in the 1992, captured most of the NPP, member of parliament, aspirants, and say, when will be uncontested in 1992. So Gilbert Kwesi Ejei won abruptly Ewo Akwatia election also in 1992. But when it comes the percentage wise unyaya, according to EC reporting in 1992, no, Gilbert Kwesi got 57.3%. Ewa Akwatia. Massive win for the NDC in 1992. But the NEC won a competitive election Ewa Akwatia parliamentary seat in 1996. Yes. In 1996. Now, in 1996, NEC conducted primaries. The primaries was conducted between Alhaji Mohammed Ezua and then Gilbert Kwesi Ejei. Gilbert Kwesi Ejei called for 1992 parliamentary seat But in the primaries leading to 1996 election, Alhaji Mohammed Ezua won the election, and then Gilbert Kwesi Ejei elusu in the primaries for the NDC. So definitely Alhaji Mohammed Ezua and Ateki did not lead the NDC in the 1996 parliamentary election. And he contested against the NPP Dr. Kwame Chei Bafo. Yes, that man is very, very popular. Dr. Kwame Chei Bafo on the court into that particular contest. Now, so we'll check the kind of percentage, that's the kind of number of voter Mr. Alhaji Mohammed Ezua Enyaya. It was very, very, very massive. Now, according to the vote counter course, the NDC had close to about 17,900 votes in favor of Alhaji Mohammed Ezua in 1996 election. So here, the margin between the NDC candidate and the NPP. The NDC candidate had close to about 8,575 margin of votes against the NPP. It was an emphatic win for the NDC in 1996. Now, according to the percentage Alhaji Mohammed Ezua Enyaya, it was 57.4%, just the same as Gilbert Kwesi Ejei in 1992. It was just the same. So it was an emphatic win by the NDC. Now, in 2000, the NPP needed to break through in 2000. Because Makajo said in 1992, NDC for it may win, 96, NDC for it may win. So in 2000 election, we all know the general election that we had in 2000 between President John Ajekum Kufuor and Fifi Atamels. So we'll check the number of votes at the NPP parliamentary candidate or no etimi a breaking through Edema the NPP. He was called Kingston Akomin Kisi, and he had close to about 53.6% as compared to Amankwa Onusunya close to about 44.3%. Now, Ekame say Akwatia seat from 96 to 2000. Alhaji Mohammed Ezua etimi a compete here against so we're checking the same 2000. Amankwa no standing man the NDC, he was also called Alhaji Amankwa or Asante Kremo Kakra. And the NPP had a breakthrough within that particular constituency. Now, so we're checking Kingston Akontin Kisi Nidiano Timinya, it was 15,483 votes, 53.6%. It is not the same, just like the NDC Diomunya 57 in 92 and 57 in also in 96. It's not the same. But we had the number of voter Alhaji Amankwa Enya, he got 12,803, representing 44.3%. So here the margin of voter etimi PA margin at the NPP at the chain NDC was 2,680 votes in etimi PA. Rejected ballot papers was 614. Massive win for the NPP. Now, in 2004, Kingston Akomin Kisi needed to retain that particular seat in 2004. It's the NDC vote may win it 2 in a row, 92, 96. 2004 Akwatia election, NPP needed to retain that particular seat. And Kingston has also retained that seat now. But NDC4 in most of the years, 92, 96, 2000, 2004, anytime be a number of primaries, be only a new person, Emani becoming the face of the NDC when it counts the parliamentary seat. Me boso the actual. Makario said in 2000, Kingston any Alhaji Amankwa in a team stand here are Orini against Alhaji Amankwa. But in 2004, Kingston any Baba Jamal and a stand here in the ticket of the NDC. So Kingston Akomin Kisi stood in the ticket of the NPP, and then NDC Baba Jamal stood in the ticket of the NDC. And Kingston Enya 50.8%, so accumulator is about 51%. Very, very interesting. So original 53% no unya in 2000, in 2004, 3% active free so money year. Sorry, 2% active free so money year 50.8%. As compared to Baba Jamal, onunya 16,087 votes, 47.6%. Also, it's a lot of gain kakra the NDC with a margin of 1,072 votes and a TMP, almost 586 ballot papers in it rejected here in Akotia election 2004. NPP it's retained that particular seat. In 2008 election, that was the election that NDC for the bar power. The entire major say Akotia seat a swing seat. Obiet me febi bani ye 92-96 NDC, 2002-04 NPP into 2-2. Now in 2008, the NDC needed to have a comeback. Akotia seat nim comeback remontada football terms. You can't say we remontada. When you come back, Akotia seat no. So we check Baba Jamal now or no standing here in the ticket of the NDC in 2004 no. He won the primaries again. Primaries no only Alhaji Amankwa or no standing here in 2000 and a call in 2008 primaries. And he won over Alhaji Amankwa in the ticket of the NDC. It's Baba Jamal it the key the not. Now we check the number of voter Baba Jamal it was very massive. But one particular mistake, NPP for against the side of NDC, they say, some guys are Kingston are coming kissing winning for the NPP. But a bar in 2008, no, almost a sir Kingston, Emma Kofi Asare, anybody take key over. Kofi Asare, anybody take key over. It will be an incumbent MP, no. MP before co primaries, the incumbent MP nefri so, and Kofi Asare minimum now take you over. Very good for the NDC. They needed to take on that particular change and worked upon it because Baba Jamal Timia Bada. And Baba Jamal got close to about 51% as compared to NPP. Kofi Asare, our Nunya 49.1%. NDC Etimia coming back beam. Now in 2012, I was saying NDC also defended with a narrow win in 2012. Baba Jamal also contested for the NDC in 2012. And Kofi Asare for the NPP, our no overtake Kingston Kisino needed to come back and also contest for the NPP. But I will check the number of votes Baba Jamal Inyaya. He got 19,811 as compared to Kofi Asare Onunya 19,517, representing 49.6%. And then Baba Jamal also represented 50.4%, just a percent per in the APM. Now here rejected ballot papers now. It was 614 rejected ballots in the PMO in 2012. But 299 votes per was the difference between Baba Jamal and Kofi Asare in the TMP. But in 2016, Akwetia was won by the NPP in 2016. Your friend Mamimi Amase, he became popular in 2016 because of how he was able to snatch the seat from Baba Jamal. Akwetia. Ediya Dodowana Dimini Edi Amase and the deep part of Mercy Edu Jemfi. She became very, very popular. Obaya Santua, Akwetia, snatch seat no, Edema the NDC. Or Baba Jamal with a landslide victory. Now Edu Jemfi got 22,9 981 votes. 60.6% to Baba Jamal Nunya 17,453 votes, representing 39.4%. Since 1992, NDC phone to me this number of percentage, that's 33% inaccurate. But we had someone in the shoes of Amase to step in and rescue the NPP from the hands of the NDC since 2008 and 2012 election. He needed to step in and rescue, the NDC in that particular era. But since then, the NPP has been able to win that particular election. And just last year, NPP won. 2020 NDC won. 2024 NPP won. Akwetia by election no. Send bit me ako. Abandepa mame this video ese run ketia ekono. Sign no ye say obetwa eti e wo ho no obetwa elephant niti no. Mame video na ahefo no ntimi enhwe bi na enidi nkomo kakra. This is what I call say it was uncalled for. It was uncalled for. Say a national chairman of a big political party supposedly but also our power. Now obekwa the 1 week celebration of MPA na obeka say ukotwa osunuti e wo honom. I think say anase obeye sign say utwa osun. I think say it was rather uncalled for. You video no say short. It just just a seconds. Here is a name that short. I said and he was saying, and I said, oh, pay the sign all your 1 week celebration of NS Kumino. What it means is, oh, Bumba be chosenity and a moon no. Na, sa in Komo Wino, Emma, a lot of tension, echo so the 1 week celebration of NS Kumi. Na, we had tension here, it was all because of the presence of the NDC. And I be a NPP ni and pay in some or at the tray GH1. He said, the way and manner NDC for no dressing yet the bar 1 week celebration as it was improper dressing, and it felt say they were coming for war. Into the NPP supporters and so it may retaliate here with those things they call so a 1 week celebration as the tension, the chaos, the scuffle, a CEO 1 week celebration as the person who hears here. About the part my video near his here. At the 1 week celebration of NS Kumi, it was quite needless. But it can't say we are talking about democracy. The system of governance now is about democracy. Each and everyone have right to be or exercising everything that he wants to do at any moment in time. But sometimes say baby a pressure will be sound. Sometimes you're not and it's of not important for the NDC supporters to behave that way at the 1 week celebration of NS Yakumi. I felt say it was unimportant to cause that kind of disturbances. It was unimportant for the NDC supporters to behave as if they are in a war front. But here can you say the same thing happened some few years ago during the tenure of NPP, no more power. Yeah. during the tenure of NPP at the time of no more power and not by election also in one of the seats in Accra. We saw what the NPP guys did. Our constituency, we saw what the NPP people did. And you know, Akwakwa is a revenge. The course was Blakema North, no. It was a payback of what happened to the NDC supporters. Ewo Kaswa. The Ebabesi wa Kritiano. I've sat here to say the Ebabesi no say the security organization that we have in our country, the police, the military men, and to me, I'm to ye, I'm making sure say, betting stabilize things. Ewa Kritia constituency waduma. They see what Blakema North no. It will be more than even what happened. Ewa Kritia constituency. Because the tension there, Ewa Kritia currently as we speak, you know, it is very, very, very massive. And my team there actually say, so I heard the figures. Now, so near my course in 2024 election. Checking the number of voter NPP nyaye for Ernest Kumi. Now checking the number of voter NDC nyaye for, Henry Yadom. This time around, these two candidates, Solomon Asumedu and Lawyer Bernard, a new faces of these political parties are or more contested work with here. It tells you the kind of tension. It tells you that kind of things a bit makoso akwetia. But I want to show you one video na yede yano any the program no etimi esi. Na a time no crampo I am ready. Producer prompt me. Set time no I am ready. Time na so. Yeah, time no aso. Yeah, time na so. But what's not the update me but another Wednesday yeah. The government, that's the John Dramani Mahama government, the Ministry of Health at the one particular press release Bia Babonting. It was part of my stories, but because of time, intimate and domusuko and farm out. About the Pafato Soka Krebina, Yankan wants him some few minutes, Nayanfa. Any program the NC and farm out. But as I will share on your screen, the headline is: government slashes 50% off. Yes, government slashes 50% off. And that is the Minister of Health. And that in China, on Sabin Kumusono, is the Minister of Health. And what it means is that there was a particular policy. Apparently, for sa press release, no, eba efato suma mini indi nkomo. There was a particular policy. Our policy na Yura John Dramani Mahama at the air bano. It was part of his manifesto. And what he said is that he wanted no fee stress policy for tertiary students. So the nursing trainees in Kwan, the teacher trainees in Kwan across the university students. And so he wants to facilitate that kind of policy for them. Just like said the NPP, rather than Kwekufado, any free SHS Ebayano, he promised most of the youth, manifesto, he promised most of the youth, and I said the youth, in his campaign, saying, he has seen a lot of people are completely free SHS no, because government need BMO set with a free SHS no, with any kind of aggregate piano, and I said with any kind of result you can go into the university. But after going to the university and coming out, what are some of the things a bit more facilitating the Panama continue the education? The government needs to step in. The Betima Boma government has stepping in and say he needs to initiate. He needs to introduce the no stress fee policy for the Ghanaian youth. In terms of nursing trainings, in terms of teacher trainings, in terms of the university students, Obetima slash 50% off their admission fees. I think it was a good policy by Yura John Dramani Mahama. I will see a boy in the man. I've always say if the government no the papa. That's a government not is trying as much as possible to build the country based on some of the resources that you walk across. We should support that said government. John Dramani Mahama, I witness the free SHS. And he also wants to invent a policy a bit miabua. Ama enkwada mo tertiary because most of the students know Ghana Hanoma. Obe school, be kwa koye adwuma. Obenye sika kakra. But when it comes to admission fee costs of some of the tertiary, institutions, sometimes it's quite expensive for these students to go. It be one obenya obeye adwuma obenya sika no ode ne sika nyina be kwakotwa admission fee no afei obekọ level 100 be wie be going to level 200 semesters ni bi beba na ontimi ntwea the fee ontimi ntwea the hostel fee na ontimi ento handout ontimi ento books. When it becomes like that yana ema abrabo a obo school mu eyedin, especially when the students needs to have a peaceful mind to learn. Environment no conducive, but because of the problems are often as a student environment no will never be conducive for that particular student. And I think that this is a good policy by John Dramani Mahama. Emrena Son, I will say mede esi hanom. Yeah, you call over an hour. I think say I will say mede esi hanom na. We jam ewa hanom. But Maestro, bomodiana subscribe na fama me. Because so ko YouTuber subscribe Time TV. Yes, ko YouTube subscribe fama me Time TV subscribe na fama na oba Facebook so follow yen ewo Tofia Kwa TV on Facebook. Tofia Kwa TV on Facebook, subscribe it, like it, share, comment it. Let me be intimi enkoye. Yes, Mamindo Bibiase. Our ultimate ejimre share live on YouTube and also on Facebook. They say also me that was a chese and the data tono ne boy ding e wo kromanum. It's ultimate spending about an hour on your data and to hear your program now. I need to be I mean I need to be happy. That means also and namase. Now me appreciate more effort and your support towards this particular program from day one. But Nyambwa Wednesday, Abrandepa, mami the picture of lawyer. Na fan to so mami, cause Nyambwa Wednesday, I have a special guest. He is a second vice chairman for the Menchia South District, and also Ope the Ashanti Regional Assistant Secretary. Yes, Kingsley Bonsu Chichi. He is a lawyer. Yes, fine young gentleman. I'm going to find it to Somame. He is a fine young gentleman. Up that particular position. But in the Weber studio, we will have an in-depth discussion because it will be after Akwetia by election. We will talk about the NPP because or NPP ni mapa. So we talk about the NPP. We talk about the factions within the NPP, and then we talk about the aftermath of Akwetia by election. Ahana me dibesi. Shon huye. Cause then we are seeing. Tibia me kwam say shon huye. Na bompaye sre rade say onto me in protector. Ahana na me do besi. Mamenda abrantipa ya success ase. What the yeme guguso ede amaye. Yes, we did Jumani. Na Tofia Kwa TV say when who ewo YouTuber ye yinsi kakra ewo YouTuber into abia within a week time we are preparing for that particular studio until within a week time Tofia Kwa TV will bounce back. Tamuchuku. Within a week time Tofia Kwa TV will bounce back. Near bounce back. You will see some of the things a bit in Yakoso at the Amai. Within the Big Brother GH, Macau, Nyambwa Wednesday, here better say.